time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Gore N More podcast. This is your host with the motherfucking most, TJ Bowser, and joining me today is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
Fluffmaster Supreme, Big Johnny D.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Gorehounds?
And here to protect and serve from all the shitty remakes, Detective Bob. Well, he would be there if he wasn't redlined. So, today is February 1st, 2021. Bobby, refresh for me real quick. The shit show stands strong. Anyway, we got a doozy of an episode for you guys today, but you know what time it is. It's time for your Science Life. Big Johnny D, what did you do?
Well, buddy, I had a really bad week last week. It was shitty. And,
buddy.
well, sometimes you got to laugh at life, man. Let me just say, it was a pain in the ass. So, fortunately, Big Johnny D had to deal with a hemorrhoid last week.
Ooh.
And, oh, man, that is one I would never wish on any friend or any person that I actually genuinely
A
like.
hemorrhoid on Big Johnny's beehole.
Oh, it was bad, dude. It took me out for like 4 days.
I bet.
Oh, damn.
Dude, I don't know if you guys ever had one.
So, yes. Okay, I am the spicy food king, and
Okay.
I have notable bowel issues. So,
That's fair. Hit me,
yeah.
buddy. Yeah.
I
So you know.
have a question. There's
I have
one
an
of two ways.
Yes.
Did it rupture?
It did by the 4th day.
Ooh.
No.
No, not like rupture, like blood all through the underwear type deal.
No. It was
okay.
more of I woke up in the morning and I'm like, holy shit, I slept through the night. I was like, and the wife's like, you all right? And I was like, well, it doesn't hurt, but I don't want to move just in case. But, oh my God, dude, I was explaining to a buddy and he's like, I don't know what even to feel or like how to figure it. And I was like, yo, figure this, dude. Any little like tiny thing that you do or movement or whatever, you feel it all pounding like your asshole's going to explode at the same fucking time. And God forbid if you sneeze, dude. You know what I mean? Or like DJ, I did not partake during those days, dude. I didn't want to cough. I was too scared.
Mine, I've never had one rupture or get really, really bad. But a family member of mine who works construction bent over and picked something up, and his ruptured at the same time. And it exploded in his pants. And instead of going home, he packed his underwear full of toilet paper and finished his day. And then went to the
What a
emergency
man.
room.
That is a fucking man right
That's
there.
a manly man.
Oh, he's working construction, so he's not a pansy.
Yeah.
Dude, I took some days off because I'm not going to lie, man.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, dude. I drive fork truck and getting on and off that truck all day is fucking murder. I'm not even going to
Get a little donut for Johnny.
Oh,
D's
bro.
knee
Bro. All right, let's keep going on to this fucking shit salad because you know what? We're here to entertain the motherfuckers. So listen, this is like the second time it's happened to me. So by like the 3rd day, I was like, I'm going out to get a fucking donut. I don't give a flying fuck. I'm doing it. I don't give a shit. Whatever. So I'm at Kenny Drugs, dude. Name drop.
And that sounds like a name of a drugstore in a horror movie.
Yeah, right.
That's fine.
So I pick that shit up and some fucking other shit, dude. Drop it on the counter. And the lady's like, hey, how you doing? And I just kind of look at the stuff and look at her and I'm like, great, how you doing? And I was like, obviously they're I know they're so programmed. They don't even know what the fuck, you know what I mean? They're just ringing shit out. They don't give a shit.
You should have put condoms in that order just to see what she
Dude, all I'm just saying is, man, you don't want to talk to anybody. You can't concentrate on anything. Oh my God. So I'm just glad I should be drinking a beer right now just in celebration that I can actually sit down and do it. But
all I can say is thank God I have never had that problem.
I hope you never do, bro. I really,
hope,
and honest to God, do like, cause that shit takes you out, man. TJ knows, too. Like he knows, like just
I mean, knock on wood, that has not happened to me. So
I mean, like, yeah, dude, it's such a weird, like, you would never think something. And you know what the funniest part is, dude? And say what you got to say. The best time that it ever felt okay is like if you took a bath and you just sat in warm water. And I'm just telling you, dude, as a grown man who's 35, and I personally have not really taken baths in a good long time.
Is anyone else just picturing Johnny D like just soaking it in the tub?
Yeah, dude, go ahead.
Sitting there with a glass of wine, candle.
Soundtracks playing in the background. She has a little wine.
You want to know a little secret?
I'm missing the one aspect.
Ooh.
Okay. They're like, this is the best thing I've had all week.
Let John tell us.
This is the lap of luxury.
All right. So on top of because I was in there for a few days, I was playing the Switch and all that other good stuff. A little Project Louder tidbit. I watched Scuba Steve's podcast while I was taking a bath. Oh, love you guys.
I don't know why, but that is just hilarious.
Right? I mean, I didn't have like wine and candles, but if you want to add them in there, go right ahead. That's fine. We made it classy.
What's the Lord Scuba Steve equivalent of wine and candles? Put it in the comments. What
would it be? Tequila and fucking
tequila and tacos.
There you go.
It'd be messy for a tub.
Tacos from Taco Bell too.
What about like taquitos? Like something nice, little like tight rolled.
No, burritos.
Burrito. Dude,
by the way, I want to say I feel bad for Scuba Steve. He's going on a diet, so he really can't be eating tacos.
This is a man that consumes a vast quantity.
Right? Like it's literally like he drinks it like he eats tacos like water. Like that's exactly. But anyways, let me end this out so we can get on to you guys. After that pain in the ass part of the week, but I'm pumped. I ended it with getting some sweet HBO Max. Sorry, why did I say not now? It was the old one, and I started off by watching Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I have been fucking dying to see, and I don't know why I haven't watched it.
Shout out our boys and announce Pod Swap.
Yes, so to my boys Cameron, Austin, and Quarter J on comics and kaijus, check them out. Also on Project Louder. Dude, it was awesome.
Wait. TJ, you want to mention the show swap while we have them up?
So in a couple weeks, we will be doing hashtag Pod Swap 2021. We will be doing a little trial run. 3 Project Louder shows will be swapping hosts in an effort to be swapping subscribers. So over the next couple weeks, we'll be making a little announcements here. And we already scheduled the first episode, and that will bring the big bad Beetle Bros over to Gore N More to review Monster Squad.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. That's going to be fun.
I'm a little disappointed that we're not doing Monster Squad, but I have complete and total faith in them.
Yes, absolutely. Those guys
do so well with it.
I think they reached over at least 400 subs on the website today.
Sweet.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, they recently just swapped over to our RSS feed, and they're now officially all exclusive Project Louder. Yeah.
Very nice. Well,
So-
welcome aboard. Welcome officially aboard then, boys.
Yeah.
Since I'm already talking, I'll take things before
Yeah.
sending things to Chad. So as I say every week, podcast here, podcast there, podcasts everywhere. Did Rabbit Hole this week. That was pretty good. And then I got some movies in. I got Michael Laughlin's Strange Invaders. That would be the follow-up to his 1980s film Strange Behavior, aka Dead Kids. Shout out to my doppelganger Kangabanga, who we'll hear from later, for sending me an original day bill from that film. Just got that framed, hung it up in the studio over there.
That is sweet.
It is excellent. I love it. It is fragile as fuck, and I was scared to put it in there, but we're good now. We're pretty good. And then I ordered a couple more movies from Twilight Time, and this is actually a really cool tidbit that I found out. So Screen Archives, the website, bought the remnants of the company that was Twilight Time, and now will be re-releasing them as a boutique genre label through Screen Archives exclusively. And they've already released 2 new titles, and one of them is The Man from Hong Kong, the Ozploitation film that I already ordered, and I am hyped for it. I also got Rapid Fire, which is Brandon Lee's film that he did before The Crow, and Short Night of Glass Dolls, which is an Aldo Lotto film, who is the Italian genre film director. And holy hell, that movie is nuts. But
Nice,
yeah,
dude.
Also, a little more on that Boutique Blu-ray thing. Chad and I got greeted to a wonderful little announcement this morning and a good I told you so.
Yep.
So my previous predictions for Forgotten Jolly Volume 3 from Vinegar Syndrome came true. I predicted all the releases, Autopsy, Murder Mansion, and Crazy Desires of a Murderer. I think I'll tell you what, those are some interesting films, especially seeing that these are some of the first times that we'll actually see these films in their proper format and in this country. All of these films are presented in region-free Blu-ray, original scans of the original 35mm negative, and a 2K source. Ignore Bobby's connection. It's a New Jersey thing. And
no, it's a snowstorm thing.
It's a Jersey thing. You got cabbage in your connection.
They also announced
cabbage.
What is it? 1998's The Fear.
Yes.
1995's The Fear.
And
right. I low-key wanted it to be Pinocchio's Revenge, but that's for a conversation for another time.
Oh my god, dude, I forgot about that.
Wow.
And then Hitcher in the Dark by Umberto Lenzi. You guys don't know who Umberto Lenzi is. He is one of the godfathers of the giallo genre. So I'm excited for that. It's an 89 film. Super, super hyped. But yeah, that's about all the Blu-ray news and nothing much more new with me. Chad Daddy? Chatty?
Yo, so not much happened this week. I worked up until Sunday. Sunday was the only day I had off. I think it was Friday off because we didn't get a real bad snowstorm, but I was on my way to work and I was about 10 minutes up the road and it was like a complete whiteout and the roads were not even touched. So I'm like, you know what? I'm in my car. Screw it. I'm turning around. I'm going home. I figured if I would have went home and got the wife's car, I would have been half hour late to work anyway. So I said, fuck it. I'll just stay home. So I took a snow day.
Nice.
And the road stayed pretty bad for a while, I guess, because my wife's aunt lives right there along the road. And like right around lunchtime, she said it still was looking pretty bad. So, but I made it in today. You know, the roads were pretty shitty on the way in, but you know, it is what it is. Aside from that, you know, like TJ, I have a couple Blu-rays on the way. I ordered Madman.
Oh, nice.
Which actually should be in the mail today, but nobody went over because we live behind the post office. So we actually have to go to the post office to get our mail. And nobody went to get it. So it's sitting there waiting for me. And the other one I ordered is a supposedly long lost Korean kaiju film called War of the Kaiju Gods. It's also known by its original title, The Flying Monster. Basically, about 80% of the kaiju footage is just recycled from Ultraman episodes.
Yes, that's awesome.
So it'll be interesting to see. I'll let you guys know. That's not releasing until April, so I pre-ordered it.
Awesome. Ooh. We got some Ultraman news this week, didn't we?
Yeah, they dropped the trailer for Shin Ultraman, which is the new version of Ultraman.
You're a fan of the Shin stuff, aren't you, Chad?
I saw Shin Godzilla. I did like some of it. They talked an awful lot.
Yeah,
like there was an awful lot of political bullshit going on in the movie, and
it's definitely the Other Seas parallel to what the Legendary's doing right now.
Yeah, and the reason they did that is because they basically wanted to parody the whole Japanese government bumbling of the typhoon that hit there. Yeah, that was their whole reason for doing that. And from what I understand, they're going to take a similar take on Shin Ultraman.
Really? Oh, okay. So they're just using them as almost exploitation films to touch on.
In a way, I guess, yeah.
Okay. Their modern political issues. That's
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So that comes out sometime this year, which means that we won't see it here until probably next year at some point.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
Unless our own little personal Gaijin squeams his little greasy
the double chin Gaijin.
You have to say the double chin.
The double chin Gaijin.
But yeah, like I said, aside from that, not much has been going on. It's been pretty quiet, just working and coming home and enjoying time with the family. So enough about me, Bobby. What about you, buddy?
Well, I don't have any DVDs on the way yet. I literally go through and look at DVDs like, do I want this? Is it worth it? So I haven't purchased any yet. But it was a quiet weekend until we got a major snowstorm here in Jersey. So I am literally in 2 feet of snow right now.
Yeah.
So
you guys out east of us got hammered.
Oh, we're still getting hammered. It's still going.
Yeah,
So
you're drinking, aren't you?
No. Well, I went into work this morning, and it was okay. I was able to get my car there at 12 o'clock. I'm an hour overtime already. I look outside. I said, I got to go. I couldn't even get the car out. I left it there. I let someone take me home. I said, I don't know if I'll see you tomorrow, but if so, you got to pick me up because I have no way of getting there. So I'm in 2 feet of snow right now, and not too much horror going on right now. I'm waiting on more pieces of my Jason to come in. And also, might as well do a little shout out to one sponsor here, Mr. Lance McKinney over at Mask by Lance. Me and him are working on a nice little project for my new Jason. We're working on a nice new hockey mask.
Nice, dude.
So we talked about it. It was last week we were on the phone talking about it. So whenever he gets a chance, he has all the time in the world to work on it because there's no shows. It's too goddamn cold to go outside and shoot right now. So that's in the works. So hopefully by, I guess, April.
I think it just pretty much solidifies that part 5 and the part 10 Hawks are Bobby's favorite shapes at this point.
One of them is.
I was going to say, you have a lot of 5 and 10 masks.
I have more 10 than 5.
Both your cosplays feature 5 and 10. Technically.
Don't forget the third cosplay that features 8.
Oh, that right. I guess I've never seen that one.
No, you haven't. That one was retired.
Yeah.
But so
nothing's ever retired.
We're working on a combination of 9 and 10.
Yes.
So we went and threw some ideas. So see what he comes up with, and we're just going to work at it from there. And we're going to make it fit the mask that I got from Brandon Scott Murphy, the hood for the part 9. We're going to make it work to that. So that's what's going on in my world, and DVDs, I will have more coming soon. But other than that,
one thing we know about Lance, he's really good at making things fit. I'll tell you what.
Just spit on it.
Oh, that long Tennessee Nights. So anyway, speaking about long Tennessee Nights, 2009's The Hills Run Red, directed by Dave Parker, written by John, not going to pronounce that one, and John Dombrow, and friend of the network's David Chow. Look at that. So produced by Rose Sharon, Jonathan Tancher. Yep. And that John last name guy I can't pronounce. Robert Mayer Burnett.
Charchietta.
Robert Burnett and Carl Morano. Starring Sophie Monk as Alexa, Tad Hilgenbrink as Tyler, William Sadler as Concannon, Janet Montgomery as Serena, Alex Wyndham as Lalo, Ewan Bailey as Sonny, Joy McBrien as Belle, Rancho Vasilev as Babyface, Mike Straub as Gabe, Histro Mitskov as Jimbo.
Nice.
Ekaterina
Wow. Dude, if that's not fucking Ukrainian or...
That is the most Russian name I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Danko Jordanov as actor Babyface, Itai Daikov as Teen Babyface. Yes. Music by Frederick Weedman. Cinematography by Ian Rosenberg. Edited by Harold Parker. Distributed by Warner Premiere. Released September 29th, 2009. Runtime of 81 minutes. Budget, we aren't purview to that information. Gross, we aren't purview to that information.
Yeah, I looked and I couldn't find shit.
Direct to DVD.
I was going to say, this was DVD, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But they usually have at least some kind of premiere, though.
Sound Factory has a Blu-ray, right?
At the same time,
they just came out with it.
March last year.
Sounds about right.
Hey, Chad.
Yo, you ready? Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yes. Yeah, beautiful.
Four friends are searching for a horror film that's been missing for 20 years.
No movie just vanishes without a trace.
But nothing can prepare them for the final cut.
Why the movie? Why is it so important to you?
Because people said it's the scariest thing they've ever seen.
You don't have to do this.
Everybody is expendable for the good of the film.
They're watching. Oh my god, what was that?
The hills run red.
All right.
So, yeah. Bobby, how about you go reset your internet, bro? You popped out twice there.
I just did.
Did he?
What the fuck's going on? I'm even hardwired in.
Ooh.
What the hell?
Yes.
Can I just say that's one of the most gorgeous quality trailers we've played?
Right?
It was beautiful looking.
Can I also say, and I always hate how they do this, but when they're like from the producer, a few producers from these movies, so essentially some dudes that funded this movie, also funded these movies. Sweet.
Okay, so it'd been bothering me the whole movie where we've seen the main guy from, where we've seen him in before.
Please, because that was
Lost Boys, The Tribe.
Holy fucking shit, dude! You're right. It's the brother.
Yep.
I just
Wow.
That's where I saw him from.
Wow.
What'd you see him in, Bobby?
American Pie Band Camp.
Yep.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, see, yeah, I never.
Hilarious.
Oh man, thank you. Because I was just too lazy to look it up of like who the fuck that dude really was. Because I was just like, no, I want to watch the movie.
Yep,
But-
same.
Huh. All right. Sweet. Ah, no,
Now
that
I think
was
about it, that came around. That came out right around the same time too.
2009. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think it was right around there.
Whose pick is this?
This would be my pick, buddy.
Run it down.
All righty then. So there was once a film that was so terrifying, so incredibly scary, that it only briefly played in theaters and was immediately suppressed and possibly destroyed. When a young slasher movie fan's obsession with finding a complete print of the infamous horror film leads him and his friends to the woods where the picture was shot, they realized that too late, the filming had never ended and that their fate is to become stars in the next horrifying scene, immortalized on a celluloid, even after their gruesome deaths, even if they don't find a way, or if they don't find a way to survive. Whew.
Just the way you read that, I was watching you.
In the beginning, I kind of lost it at the end. Yeah. So the reason I picked this movie is because a buddy of mine him and I are usually pretty equal on like how we feel about our horror movies and stuff. He always wanted me to watch this one, and for some reason I just never have. So I was like, yo, fuck it. I threw it. And we already know that TJ and Chad didn't see this before. And Bobby, you weren't on last week, and I'm glad you're back, by the way. And before I even say anything, thank you for that sexy voice recording for last week, dude, because that was
hot.
You could sell me shit with that, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
I don't know what was up with that voice, but man, there were panties dropping left.
Bro, mine did.
Right?
Fuck.
This is your killing machine, Bobby.
Oh, dude, it was like you were like super low key and just.
I just did that on the fly,
right? Just on the money.
That's my natural voice. At least, well, when I'm silent. This was my second time watching this.
Okay, so you have seen. All right,
but it's been a while, so it was like basically watching it for the first time. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, I forgot how actually good this is. This was a good movie to watch. It was a great pick too.
It was, it was
different.
The first time, it was. I'm not gonna say it was great by any means. I did enjoy it. I'm not gonna say I didn't.
All right.
Like, let me start right there.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
2009. Did this come out after the Friday the 13th film?
I would say yes, because Friday the 13th came out in February.
Did anybody else notice how the killer kind of moved like that remake Jason?
Oh yeah,
Like, there's so many similarities there.
I mean, like I said, dude, there's a lot of things I could really pick at this movie, but then I also like take it as like it wasn't to theater. It was kind of just a straight to DVD, so I kind of give it a little bit of a curve there. It was entertaining. I feel like definitely by the third act, everything definitely was like, all right, now I'm like into it. Like, even more so. But I don't know.
My biggest problem, I guess, basically, is that it is a slightly more horror version of 8mm.
Yeah, it's almost
okay.
A little step above that.
You know what? I feel like because it's a product of its time is what kind of like hinders it a little bit. I feel like it could be better if some certain things were taken out, like the quick snapshots in the beginning and stuff. Like, I know it's trying to like allude you to stuff, but it's just so much. And by the end, it's just like all the kills are just so, you know what I mean? They're just random kills. Like they're not. And that kind of took away from me a little bit. But dude, like I said, by the third act, man, I was definitely
I kind of feel like their big twist was so easily predictable, though.
No,
Yeah.
I disagree because I don't think that was their big twist. I think that was a fake. What did you call the big twist? That she was in on it?
The big twist was that she was in on it and that all the kills and everything in the movie were authentic. They were real.
See, I didn't think that was the big twist because I feel like they kind of led you on pretty early to get that. I thought the big twist was the fact that the killer was her. Spoiler alert.
Her inbred son.
Yeah, the killer was her inbred fucking son, dude. And like, that's how deep it, like that I thought was the crazy, like, oh. And can I just say the one moment, I actually talked to Brody about this, dude, but when she starts singing to him to try to like do what she did in the woods, and he's just like, if it makes you feel better, you can keep singing. And he says it just like plain as that. I was just like,
I like that.
Oh,
that was actually my favorite scene.
Yeah, dude, that was actually, I don't give a shit if you guys hate this movie. That gave me kind of like chills because I was just like, oh, wow, dude, that
was that moment of like, oh shit, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, dude. And
see, even for me, I know, like you said, Johnny, with that being the twist of that being her. Honestly, for me, the twists in this movie, for me, I saw them coming.
Well,
like I knew from the moment he met her. I'm like,
dude,
she's in on this.
Okay, biggest red fucking flag, and tell me you didn't catch it, is when she called him Little Lamb. If that's not the biggest fucking giveaway right there, this lamb to the slaughter, it's like,
think about that.
Oh, dude, as soon as she was like, open the door and she was like, hello, little lamb. And I'm like, yep, she's going to be in on this whole fucking thing, dude.
And when you find out that he is the inbred son, I'm kind of like this. I'm like, I kind of expected that. I don't know.
I didn't.
I
did not. And so that kind of shocked me. I was like, oh. And then he was like, well, she was 13, almost 13. And it's just like, oh, dude, like, no, gross. TJ, I see you sitting back there just waiting with the punches. So let me get them, buddy.
Okay, so this film is just an amalgamation of every film that came before it.
That it is.
He's not wrong.
No, you're not.
You're not wrong at all.
At all.
So this film will forever be known on Gore N More as the ripoff film. It ripped off all of our favorite films that we've reviewed in the last fucking 3 seasons. And I'll tell you how right now. Okay, so the killer does his favorite Jason Voorhees impression, but with a bunch of rattling attached to it. So cool. Nice. So you have no element of surprise now. Let's talk about the In the Mouth of Madness ending.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
Leaves no conclusion for that character. Has no fucking reason other than for
made no sense at all either.
Only for the pop factor that you might know that film. That's the only fucking reason. And I think that it's affected me right now because we just reviewed it not that long ago.
Right.
So it kind of upsets me even much more.
Did this again?
None of the twists were effective to me.
Fair.
I felt like a lot of them were, the suspense did good. This movie was entertaining, but like I said, a lot of it felt like I've seen it before. I had deja vu, scene after scene after scene. The way it was shot was nice, but anytime you killed anybody, it was ruined by CGI.
That was.
I think that they reused a lot of footage over and over again, and I understand that you want to try to connect things, but I think that, again, this is a product of 2009's The Darkening period, so this film's extremely dark. And they're trying too hard at times to explain things. And like I said in previous episodes, when you dive too deep into a killer's backstory, maybe things get a little muddy, and I think it got a little swampy up in here. I think the rape stuff, again, this film could have gone without that. I think the only reason the rape was included is to include maybe a possible sequel. So fuck that. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it. That guy could have been scary without fucking raping that girl. And yeah.
Yeah, because that went to a whole different, like, from where I thought it was going with it, like just the normal, like, slasher. Then I'm like, okay, now we're going into the whole like fucked up family.
Yeah.
Like, but like you said, this movie is literally a jumble of every other movies. And I know, I feel like it tries to be too. I feel like that's its intent.
It shows it.
And cause like, and I feel like it even kind of calls itself out on it a little bit when the dad's giving the daughter shit. When he's like, this is just, what is he like? And he's just like, this is just fucking smut porn. Like when she's just like torture porn, which we always laugh about because none of us enjoy. And
we like emotion, damn it.
Right.
I mean, of course we do.
Like I said, okay. So my biggest like, what the fuck moment of this whole movie was the camera changes. So like, remember when she was interviewing?
Yeah. You wait. We got a whole bunch for that.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Cause
I know. I know. It bothered the piss out of me.
Okay, because I was screaming. I was like, what the fuck was that?
You could tell whoever was doing the AD work on this film and editing were not in the same fucking room when this movie was getting edited.
They needed to smoke the same blunt and do this at the same time, dude. Like, this was terrible.
What camera was that again?
Oh, my God. Dude, right? Like, wait, we were on B cam? No, let's go with C cam. All right, fuck it, dude. Let's just, all right, put a filter on it. All right, cool. Yeah, that works. All right, go back to B. All right, now go to A. What?
I wonder if they'll notice the quality drop.
Oh, yeah, right. And the quality upgrade and then the drop again. And
yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Like, once again, movie was not bad. Movie was still entertaining.
It has its mishaps.
But it's, dude, you got to take it with 2009, man. You got to, it's just.
This is one of those times where you look at it and said, this movie needs to be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I think.
Let
me explain.
Okay.
We needed a bit more at the beginning of the movie, where it's this kid trying to track the movie down, you know, adding to the mystique of the film itself. It kind of just jumped right into that too soon. And the whole thing with the best friend having an affair with the girlfriend made no sense. There was it was just from out of nowhere.
He needed to feel more like that character in what's that Star Trek parody movie?
Galaxy Quest?
Galaxy Quest, who knows the inside and out of the ship, and they go to who knows everything. You need to almost make him that type of character at the beginning of the film.
Yeah, you need to build to it. You need to know how much this is obsessing him, which they talk about it, but they should have showed more.
Yeah, they only showed it like maybe a 10-minute count. If you really sat there, it's like, oh, he's really obsessed, but here's what you get, and that's it.
And it's true because it gets brought up a lot throughout the film of his reasoning behind it, and you really can't not really sympathize, but relate to his reasoning because we don't really have a really firm understanding of how powerful that motivation is or that obsession is, other than what it's told us.
Yeah,
really.
just throw like maybe 15 to 20 minutes on the front end to show the build up to this.
I would agree with that.
I mean, all they showed is he has one poster in his room.
Right.
and also the only other
he likes movies.
Yeah, he likes movies. You would even know he's obsessed as he's searching it, like in the very beginning of the movie. That's it.
So, like, but we're talking 2009, so and it's part of me. But what is this still Web Point 1, like Web Point 1.0 or 1.0, or would this be like Web Point 2, where it's more smartphone going into the Facebook era bullshit? I'm trying to think. I still want to say like that's like more like old school browser style, probably, right?
I'm going to say because if you look at the phones they were even using, they were still using like a Nokia and a flip phone. So
2010, 2011, we're looking like LG sliders with the touchscreen.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking this was made in 08. Then if this dropped in 09, let's just go with that. So yeah, you're talking old school
And
like internet searching and shit. This dude's
film-
not like easy searching. You know what I mean? Like he can't just Google search this.
This
He's
film
deep searching this shit.
addresses the cell phone issue the way that Adam Marcus's Texas Chainsaw 3D should have addressed it. Is they're there, they work, but because of where you're at, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Right.
It's that simple.
Yeah. It just doesn't matter. No, dude, fuck that, man. There's still dead zones that I hit in between here and work.
We're in the campsite.
Almost my entire drive up to work is a dead zone for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's fucking.
It's so bad that I've actually told my boss. I said, if I don't come into work someday, and you don't hear from me, assume the worst because I'm probably in a ditch somewhere.
Right? Go look. Like, go take the drive.
Okay, so let's listen into our doppelganger Kangabanger from Down Under for his opinion on this week's film.
This should be good.
Howdy, people. It is your DKB back here for another episode of Gore N More. And this week, I'm here to give you my bloody 2 cents on a very underappreciated horror film called The Hills Run Red. Hills Run Red opens with an absolute banger of a scene, opening credits scene, what I had. And it's balls to the wall full of gore, it's brutal, it's sinister. It's a little kid cutting his fucking face off with a pair of scissors.
And he's talking like twice as fast as normal.
If that ever happens in any horror movie,
he really liked it.
It's executed very well. It's
this is attempt 2
to swallow when watching this. In saying that, the premise of the film I really enjoyed. I do, however, felt like they could have improved a little bit more on the story, but it is what it is, and I still think what they did was pretty great. A huge shout out to Australia's own Sophie Monk, who plays Alexa in this film. Nice perky set of molester labresses, if you know what I mean.
That's it. That's the permanent way.
No diggity, no doubt. They are a nice set. In saying that,
we need to bring back Kitty Kitty Bang Bang.
Babyface himself. I think he should be up there as one of the most iconic horror characters. He doesn't get the recognition that he deserves due to this film, obviously. I think his appearance looks fucking badass overall. You got the porcelain mask with the human jaw.
Especially when you tied it on with
If you watch Brody's short film, you understand.
Yes. Anyway, he's obviously got the brutal fucking backstory like any slasher villain.
Yeah, you were.
He's killed it like an art and overall. He's just
He looks it too. He's like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I think he's great. And I've got to point out the one scene I love the most in this, and it gave me chills the first time I saw it, was the first time you actually hear him speak in the third act. That gave me absolute chills. I was not expecting that. I was expecting something completely different. It was just executed very well. Also, I will move on to William Sadler's role in this. I think he was a perfect fit for that, for the batshit crazy director in this.
He was their only pick.
Which leads me to ask you boys, who would you have chosen if you're going to direct this film? I personally would have chosen Michael Shannon. I think he brings a very intense persona to each character that he portrays in any film. I just felt, he would have been perfect for this.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Saying that, overall, the film itself, it's a very fun B-grade slasher movie. It's like any other horror movie. It's definitely got its gore, humor. It's just a fun ride. And if you've never seen it before, I highly recommend it. Don't expect anything different. It's just a very, very fun film to watch.
Yes.
Gore N More score, 8.3. I'm going to have to go with the 3.3 this week. In saying that, this is DKB signing
Bless you,
off.
by the way.
I look forward to next week. I hope you have a great day or night, wherever it is you're from. And until then, I shall catch you home skillets later. Peace out.
Love you, Brody.
Okay. Yeah, that was actually the second video he sent. In the first one, there was a rainstorm going during it, and it was like super fucking loud. And it was Brody. It was like a rainstorm featuring Brody. That makes sense.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it was one of those.
I don't know if TJ flashed this up, but Brody said he was jacked up on coffee at the time. So that's why.
So that's why he seems all very perky.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
right.
why he was so perky and
Just
talking
like
about
Sophie Monk's titties.
that. Wait, was she the blonde?
Yes, Alexa.
Okay.
Oh, those.
I've seen her in something else before.
Give me a minute.
She's got me, dude.
She was rated FHM's top 100 sexiest woman from 2000, 2001, 2002, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then again in 2008, 9, and then Maxim's top 100 in 11 and 12. Speaking of top 100, your boy hit the iTunes charts number 72 in the United States.
Very nice.
Thank you. And that is all. Thanks to you Project Louder listeners out there. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for supporting the website. And thank you for supporting everyone else. It's all thanks to you guys that this shit happens. So, yeah.
Ooh.
Anyway. Let's do our first comedy bit of this episode. Do we want to do Chad facts or Italian word of the week?
Do the Italian word of the week.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like I know what Chad facts are. You got me definitely intrigued by the second one here.
Okay, so the Italian word of the week, Bobby.
Saltimbocca.
No, say a little bit more Italian, please.
Saltimbocca.
There we go.
Saltimbocca.
You gotta have a little bit more anger into it, Bobby.
No,
that's what I'm Saltimbocca.
Hey, now, come on. He's not Mussolini here.
That word is Italian for it jumps in the mouth.
I'm using that.
Jumps in the mouth
for future references now.
Saltimbocca.
Just think about it, Johnny. It's a little salty.
You know what? I just want to say, what's that thing from the 80s? It was like the more you know.
Would you like to know what Saltimbocca is?
Yeah.
It is an Italian-style dish which consists of veal, prosciutto, and sage rolled up and cooked in a dry white wine and butter. Marsala is sometimes used.
It's not prosciutto. It's prosciutto. God damn it.
Hey, that's another week.
Well, too late. You got 2 for 1.
We only got the gabagool.
Where's the freaking
and Saltimbocca?
Gabagool.
Holy shit. I love it.
Okay, guys. So back to our normally scheduled programming.
Thank you for that, buddy.
Chad?
Yo, so this movie took 2 years to be made. 5 55-gallon drums of fake blood were used for the scene in which the hills run red with blood.
Which I wish we best shots.
Yeah, but I wish we got more of it.
They just used it to promote the film within a film. The original script had overt references to popular horror films, so anytime you saw the ripoffs, it was basically intentional. Check out that sexy Kundi shirt. The farmhouse set was left over from a previous movie. Director Dave Parker was the hand double for Babyface for several shots of the film.
Babyface.
Okay, so the writer of the film, David Shaw, states that scenes were cut from the film for content by producers, even though they were in the script. According to David, they had been trying to get all the cut scenes from Warner since the film was released, but have been unable to do so. Cut scenes would include William Sadler, character Concannon, naked and beating his wife, and a sequence with Babyface raping Serena. So they actually filmed that scene.
Yeah, we didn't need that.
I don't need either of those scenes. I don't want to see either of them, to be honest.
I'm glad they
I'd say after Bigfoot rape last year, we're good for a while.
Oh yeah.
William Sadler was the first and only person to play Concannon.
Yeah.
Let's take a second here to answer Brody's question. Who would you guys have picked to play Concannon in your version of the film?
Ooh. Oh, man.
I jokingly said Gilbert Godfrey, but I don't think that's who I'd pick.
So do we want to go huge director? Or do we want to go
That doesn't have to be anybody, just an actor who would play the director.
Oh.
Lucio Fulci.
He's dead.
You said anyone, motherfucker. You didn't say alive or dead. Of creepy motherfuckers. Have you seen Fulci when he was old?
No, I haven't. But
okay.
Let me see. I'm trying to think who would be good for this?
Oh, wait. Well, all right. Maybe I'm going look-wise. Who was – I don't remember his name. The guy from Karate Kid who plays the Cobra Kai.
In the new Cobra Kai? Or are you talking about from the old – the old master?
Yeah.
Sensei.
I fucking forget his fucking name?
Oh man, who the hell would I
He
want?
has that.
I think it was
look.
Priest in the movie. I didn't remember.
He could also bring that intensity, I think.
Honestly, dude, I want Woody Harrelson. I don't know why, but I just think like he would, like he plays good psycho.
He does. He really
does. I could see him just being that weird, either him or maybe Michael Rooker. One of the two.
Lucio Fulci.
Okay.
He kind of looks like Orson Welles, to be honest.
A little bit, yeah. A little less heavyset.
Yeah.
You know he would not be able to play that same role just as good.
Rosebud.
Just think of it. Fucking crazy director, dude.
All right.
You know what? I don't know. I just forgot. Ah, damn.
Maybe I just think of him that way ever since I watched that documentary that All the Colors of the Giallo, and I heard him going on a rant about how much Dario Argento is a piece of shit. I just think that once I heard that it's just forever cemented that he's crazy director, dude.
So what is their beef anyway?
Everything I do, Argento copy me. I do this, Argento do this. I make supernatural film, Argento make phenomena. You know, it's like, I do this, I make Jolly, he make Jolly. I make a movie about supernatural, he makes, yeah. He's a hack, he's a piece of shit, he's classless, artless, he's below him, stuff like that. Typical douchebag.
As much as I love Fulci, I completely have to disagree.
I know. It's just the Italian genre during that time and competitiveness, honestly. And it's not like they didn't ever not work together. There's multiple times that they actually worked together.
Right.
It's just at the end of his life, Fulci was just like, yeah, fuck
I don't give a
Argento.
shit. He's like, I don't give a shit anymore.
He's like, fuck you. I don't know why we did this shit.
Which is hilarious because his zombie movie was basically made as a follow-up to Argento's cut Dawn of the Dead.
Right.
Again, strange.
Okay, so I think actually for my pick as who I'd get for the director, I think I'd go with Jeff Goldblum.
Ooh.
Oh, that would actually be. Ooh.
I'd be turned on the entire time.
Yeah, I don't know how we'd be able to
You're
do
like,
that.
Make the rest of the movie awkward.
You're like not scary enough because I have this weird fear boner the whole time.
Cronenberg was able to tame Goldblum in a way by mixing
What about
it with
Cronenberg?
grossness.
I thought Cronenberg at first too. That's funny.
yes.
Cronenberg would be.
Yeah, do Cronenberg.
Cronenberg has that.
Could you just imagine Goldblum? He has like his flannel shirt that's just unbuttoned and flowing.
Yeah,
She was almost 13.
Yeah.
That's a little controversial right there.
Oh fuck! Let's ruin Jeff Goldblum for everyone.
No. Somehow Jeff Goldblum would turn around and it would just be funny.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be
commercial out of it now.
Jeff Goldblum in The Rock Spider. Fucking done.
That was a good question though, Brody.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay,
So what else you got, Chad?
I really don't have much. Director
I
Dave
figured
Barker did not meet the principal cast members until 2 days prior to the shooting of this.
Damn.
Okay.
Talk about
William Sadler came up with the idea for his sunglasses. And the movie theater sequences at the start of the movie were shot on the first day of production. That's all I got. There's like nothing about this movie.
Okay, can I state something?
Absolutely.
The Italian version of the cover art for The Hills Run Red's better than this. Than the one
Is that the full red one?
We see in the house.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, the Italian art is much better. I don't know why they showed it, but I thought it was just cool.
That and the
because you want it,
and the poster that he had for the movie that was really cool looking.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The Italian poster, the
poster. No, not the poster he had. The poster the kid had.
Right. Yeah. She had the American one, or when he went into the father's house, he had the Italian one.
And I will agree with Brody. He looks cool as fuck. It's just he's also acts like Jason in every fucking way.
Yes, he does.
Except when it turns out
the guns. I mean, he does shoot a motherfucker.
I think maybe if he was shaped more like Leatherface, I'd think it'd be better. Because that's how
But you're kind of led to think that this guy's like a complete mongoloid like Jason is, and he's
exactly
right. That's what
even his head's all misshapen and shit.
Right, he's
like,
got
why
like kind of like lumpy back.
That makes no sense because it showed him as a kid and he was perfectly normal.
But then
besides just fucking up his face,
like, turned
right
this way. Like,
well, I guess you don't. it didn't really go into how much he like fucked up the rest of his head, I guess, too, though. But still, like
he must have done enough to really make him like that.
So, and this is just my random like thought, but because like he lived the movie and everything, I'm thinking, I wonder if they like juiced this kid up on like steroids and shit the whole time too, like just to make him like big and fucking like hulking. And, you know what I mean? Like,
who knows?
Obviously, they're willing to go any fucking length to do what they want to do for the movie. So
that's a damn good possibility. I'll go.
They wanted their version of Jason,
right? Like they were just like, we need our perfect killer, and we're gonna form him. And blah,
again,
blah, blah.
This movie's deja vu all over again. So.
There's only
pretty much.
But like we all said, at least it's an enjoyable ride.
Like Brody said, you won't see anything new, but it all comes together to work to something that's entertaining.
And it was entertaining. It was definitely entertaining.
Yeah, I like that it kind of like it brought up all genres. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, from anything from class, like I kind of liked it in the beginning too, just because obviously he's looking for a classic horror film, and that's what we're always doing, man. Like, you know what I mean? That's our fucking thing. We love our classic horror. Not that this is necessarily a classic.
What's the modern day equivalent of this?
What's that?
What's the real life equivalent of this?
Like, what's the hidden film that everybody like thinks exists but maybe doesn't?
The Michael Mann's version of The Keep. There you go.
I was gonna say that actual, not the movie Snuff, but there's another Snuff film. What the fuck was it?
I don't know, man. I still think Michael Mann's version of The Keep exists somewhere.
I know. He has it somewhere. He's
not allowed to release it though.
It's gone forever.
It's like Adam Marcus's 3-hour version of Jason Goes to Hell sitting somewhere, I hope.
Well, you know what's gone. You want to talk what's gone forever is the Spider Pit sequence from the original King Kong.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell that still exists.
No.
That's
no.
Because they didn't preserve film back then. It was highly flammable and disintegrates. There's no way.
If anything, with that footage, you would probably get lucky if you found a negative.
What did when did they re-release Kong after the original debut? It was like 70s, right? 73?
Yeah.
Are we gonna have a film preservation talk?
I don't know, are we?
That could be a really risky sidebar with me. Let's talk about that a lot. Actually, if you go to Comics and Kaijus, when they did that film, they talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you are correct.
They did.
I'll watch that episode.
Yeah, I actually just was doing some self-teaching on movie sound not too long ago. And one of the things that I watched in between teaching myself to kind of cleanse my palate was a film preservation documentary. And I told Brody a really cool story earlier this week about them finding a bunch of negatives in the back of an old skating rink, and how it kind of preserved like 30 years of film from the early 1900s all the way up into the 1930s. Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's just crazy to think about how much of film was lost.
Okay, I would say never because they did find Thomas Edison's Frankenstein.
Yes, they did. I would love to see old preserved films. I've ever had given a chance. I like that shit.
Again, vinegar syndrome does affect film, and a lot of these are destroyed by the time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right.
Onward.
So no more notes then, Chad?
No more notes.
All right. So let's see. This movie, I mean, it's kind of a straightforward movie. Like you said it already a few times. It's pretty straightforward. But, you know, let me come up with a couple questions. And I think this is a pretty easy one. But how much do you like that, or do you like the misdirection that she gives when she calls him out for being with Alexa for the 2 days?
It made me hate her more.
Right.
Yeah.
She was my shit just went off.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I hope anybody listen to this, it goes off after the fact. We've said it like 3 or 4 times too.
Yeah.
Great. What the hell else was I going to ask? I mean, obviously that was, you know, she was just using that because she was all pissed off about her cheating, but.
Right.
I mean, I don't.
Trying to make herself feel better. But like I said, that whole sequence really didn't make any sense. There was no build up to it.
I mean, it was just kind of like, you know, I don't know. Like he said, what did he say? He's like,
really not that surprising.
Unless you were like or no. But like the friend like looked over to her when she smirked before they started fucking. And he was saying like, unless you want to do what we talked about before or something like that. Like that's all they alluded to really. And then it was just like, boom, we're banging.
That scene was just put there just to give it drama. That's it.
I mean, I was just giving you back-to-back titties, dude. That's all it was. It was like scene one titties, scene
props
two
to
titties.
that guy for being a basic Minuteman because it showed him banging her while the dude's getting a lap dance. And that lap dance is like, what, one song?
So, yeah, that's like 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes.
3 minutes, depending.
It's still not as good as the lap dance in The Crow 2.
No.
Oh, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, that guy gets ruined vinegar strokes.
No, I mean, I don't know, man. This was a hard movie to come up with a question besides like.
Because it's so straightforward.
Yeah. And any other questions kind of allude into any of the other questions they were already going to do on the show. You know what I mean? Like remaking and all that other good shit. So.
How did they get any audio for any of this?
With their with the actual shitty little mic on the camcorders.
I was referring to the
the actual like because they didn't actually have a mic or anything like that. They have a boom mic.
Yeah, because the girlfriend was running the boom mic.
No. He's talking about the killers. The killers that were filming it. They always had the 8mm running in the woods and shit. But like, where are they getting sound from?
Yeah. I just think it'd be funny if they had Babyface and then a fucking boom guy running behind him.
Like
it's movie magic.
Maybe that's what his hump was. Maybe it was just a boom in his fucking back.
There you go.
It's like way up here, so you can't even see it.
Or maybe the rattling caused too many issues in post, so they just said fuck it all together.
I could see that happening with all that rattling shit.
I mean, I still like the look, but yeah, dude, it's definitely like that's a bad tactical giveaway.
I mean, unless you're Krampus, it ain't helping you.
But then you got magic.
The face looks more like Krampus, and he moves like Jason. You're getting two right there.
I'm trying to think, dude. I'm trying to think if there's any other questions I got, dude. I don't think I got anything.
I got one for you.
I was gonna say I know TJ has at least a few.
Go ahead, bud.
Where'd you watch it?
Nice segue.
On demand. I watched it on Prime, and it was nice HD.
Same.
Nice and clean.
Same here.
So.
Like we said, Shout Factory does have a release of it. So.
No,
do we have an official douche? Who can we consider the douche?
I'm gonna say the dad.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I mean, he's raping his daughter. He's just literally killing anybody for the sake of his own movie.
A movie that he never finished.
Right? Like, here's a question for you. Okay. Do you think the daughter there was faking the drug stuff in the beginning? Like that was part of the whole acting stuff?
No. That was real withdrawal.
They made it a point to emphasize that she's willing to do anything, even have sex with people. So,
well, I figured that, but that's because she was all like doped up. But like, I figured like, I was like, what if the dope wasn't real? What if it was just like water and she was just like acting the whole?
She was all fun.
I thought that too. Then I'm like, well, no, because she was definitely going through withdrawal symptoms. So
yeah.
But man, she seemed to go cold turkey very fast, dude. It was like less than 2 fucking days.
Well, I think it's because the way it was shot, and then they showed you a montage of everything that they went through after.
Super montage.
The way I look at it is with all the shit she was doing, I'm not surprised that she is on drugs to begin with.
No, well, yeah, dude, you got raped by your dad at almost 13 and had a son who then fucking massacred his own face and now is out killing people in the woods. And and I'm assuming this kid in this movie isn't the first kid that they've like lured in. You know what I mean? I'm assuming there's other internet kids out there that are like, I got to find this movie.
Well, yeah, because
they flat out said that they did.
Right. So it's, you know what I mean? I don't like.
I think it's funny that they just filmed a bunch of kill scenes with Babyface.
Yeah. See, that's what kind of like, I don't know, man.
And they played them several times and then they montage them.
Yeah. And then they give you the full montage at the end. And I'm just like,
talk about that in cinematography.
See, I don't get why that seemed to push him over the edge and drive him insane at the end.
Yeah. It really doesn't make any sense.
See, I didn't know if it was just insane or it was just left like he's just going to watch that until he's literally like starves or dies. Dies of
Brody just asked, do you think the redneck were in on it? Like, why would they have blanks in the gun, or were they just?
Because she paid him off.
She paid them off. Yeah, they showed that.
She showed him to give money
later. Yeah.
So she was acting the whole time. She knew about the whole like.
Yep.
Whether they were blanks, I don't know about that. I doubt. I would say no. But
I mean, it wouldn't also matter either way. Well, it would.
But then again, like you never know if they were just one of those guys that were like, we'll take the money and we'll still do it. You know what I mean? Like,
which they probably were. They just couldn't because, then they got.
Well, you got a sweet flying pickaxe in the fucking back, which is great segue into next week's fucking. Right. That was a great segue into next week's fucking film. Favorite kill. This is going to be a tough one.
That's easy. Tree kill.
Yeah. Tree kill.
Yeah.
Even though it's like complete shit, it's still a cool concept.
I just love
and it's one of the ones
her feet and her shoulders and then pop.
It's one of the only ones that you actually get the full like play out of like what happens because everything else is just quick like slash death. Like all right.
I will have to say I kind of like less mongoloid babyface over more mongoloid babyface.
I agree.
OG like when dad takes
less
over.
Mongoloid babyface looks more 80s.
Yeah,
I agree.
It does.
Mongoloid babyface is definitely 2003 Hills Have Eyes.
There's just something about someone just throwing on the mask with a hoodie and pants and just running around is just.
Dude, I thought it was a hoodie too. I was actually going to start looking for a red hoodie. I'm like, easiest cosplay in the world, but it's not a hoodie; it's a jacket. I was like, ooh.
Even one of my favorite shots is when that kill's happening and you just see the eyes just kind of like looking all over the place, like.
But dude, once he got the barbed wire wrapped around there at the end too, man, that just was like, that was a nice touch.
That's just painful because when you get it
right, just the nice like twist and tie around, I'm like, ooh, all right. So yeah, tree kill. I'm gonna have to agree then because it's probably the most.
I think we all agree with the tree kill.
Because I say the only other long like intimate kill you get is the weird torture porn shit with the dude in the barn and
Yeah.
Yeah, really they just ended up stabbing him in the chest. Big whoop.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a cool part. That is something that I've said before is that not a lot of these films utilize guns with their slasher killers, with the exception of Mr. Freeman.
Okay, so that scene where he did pull out the gun on that kid, like I thought it was awesome because like here he is like using the flares and shit. I'm like, all right, like I could see a flare on melee, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's got the pistol, and then literally just boop. And it's like I like how everybody assumes he's just some weird mongoloid freak, but it's like, no, man, he's, you know what I mean? Like he's articulate. Obviously, he can like talk normal sentences and shit like that. Like he's just playing the role.
Yeah,
literally.
But
I was surprised with that gun. I liked it.
It was interesting. I know some people say guns aren't scary. I'm like, I don't know, man. Beg to differ. If you're looking at one with nothing.
I think that's what I was going to say too. Like if one's looking at you, it's fucking scary.
I think it's a whole nother level of control over your life at that point, where it's something so easy for you to do. It's
right. Yeah. So leading on to that, gentlemen, would be best scene. Best scene.
Well, I think for me, like I said before, the best scene was where she's singing to him and then she stops because she forgets the words and he just says,
yeah,
keep singing if it'll make you feel better.
That, like I said, dude, that definitely, yep. Just that line alone, dude, I was just like, best fucking line.
I would say
last part and like.
That's my second favorite. My other one is towards the end when in that whole sequence leading up to him barbed wiring the mask back on himself. So like part of that ending sequence or towards that.
Right.
When he just fucking rips it.
I think my secondary would be the one the dad was shitting on the daughter, then ends up shooting her. He's like, nobody fucking directs in this family but me. But like,
old man.
Yeah, right. Dude, he had a lot of footage. A lot of footage.
Yeah, I think that is my favorite scene is the discovery of the footage.
Just so much footage.
Yeah, and they really highlight.
Ooh, there's a question for you that I actually don't know, and you probably would. When he opened that door in the dark room, would he expose that film at all? Because there was lights coming from the other way down the hall.
You would, yeah. Because sometimes the slightest light.
Because I'm like, right. Because I'm like, yeah, you still got the red light in there. I'm like, so it's all red from there. But I'm like, he still had light coming from the other direction. I'm like, he just exposed that dude's whole fucking.
and it's funny because now that you mention that, a real life experience.
That and he's causing tears in it because he's sitting there rubbing through his fingers and shit. You do not do that.
Putting his greasy, oily hands all over it. That
will cause lines.
Because if you did that when I took graphics, if you did that, yeah, it automatically fucked up. You're supposed to reel that
with a fucking hand crank. You're not supposed to touch it at all. I hate when I see people sitting there going and then run it through their fingers, and I'm just like,
you're like, no,
you're not supposed to touch it at all.
That was
she said.
Ooh.
Opening scene.
I mean,
yeah, it's kind of like Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't terribly hooked. I was more like, all right, let me see what's going on here. It wasn't a hooky scene for me.
No, I'd say for the first time in a while, no.
So, yeah, no, not for me.
The fact that I can't actually remember what the opening scene is, I'm going to have to say no.
So there you go. Like,
I'm trying to fucking remember, dude. Like, was it when they were talking about it at the movie theater?
I thought the opening scene was basically talking about the lost movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But they were at the movie theater, right? That's when they were talking about it. Like they were getting
the movie theater was right after that.
Okay.
So no, it did not hook me.
I mean, I'm not going to
hook me in.
Okay, see,
I'm going to say it did because it didn't make me want to turn the movie off.
Well, okay, I wasn't turned off by it either. I will say that.
No, it wasn't. But it wasn't something that was like, ooh. It was more like, okay, gave me an opening.
Oh, that's really sad that I actually can't remember the exact. I'm gonna have to agree with Bobby though, because like honestly, I was already kind of hooked in just from the design of Babyface, so that's why I was already like,
yeah, the poster,
you know what I mean? Like,
okay,
so opening credit scene,
I guess,
when he's doing all the other kill montage kind of thing,
or when you see him deform his own face.
Oh, that was the opening scene. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
That's right. That was the opening scene. Yes, it did hook me in.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
That's right. That was the opening scene.
No, that was fucking...
I think maybe because they show it again later, that's why we...
Yeah, we kind of forgot. Yeah. So, yes, that did hook me in.
Oh, thank you, Brody.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that he wrote that. Sorry, Brody.
No, you're right, dude. It's exact because they show you like right in the last 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Yeah, that was definitely fucked up because you're just like, ow, 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 ow. Oh. Okay, I retract. Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely yes thing.
I mulligan. All right. So, best tits, hottest girl, best
whole strip
chick.
club scene. Bingo.
Whole strip club, just the whole, all the girls at the bar, all the girls working that night. I mean, dude, I think I'm just gonna have to give it to fucking the main chick there, dude, Alexa or whatever. Shut the fuck up. Stop, Alexa. I knew I was gonna do that.
Alexa,
love it.
Alexa, buy sex lube.
Alexa, whisper mode.
So glad I have a Google.
Alexa, go to whisper mode.
Alexa, play WAP.
Have you guys seen that? Where the guy does the whisper and then he goes to the fart mode.
No.
And it sounds like Alexa's doing dirty farts, like sexy. She's like, "Hey, here's a stinky one."
That's fucking funny.
So I'd have to say Miss Monk is the best looking Sheila, and I'd say the best looking dude would have to be Babyface without the mask.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Sophia Monk definitely for the girl, and for the guy, I'm gonna go with William Sadler. Yeah, that old man.
Go with him.
The old man, Salt and Pepper.
I agree with John on the best dick, but I kind of like the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually go brunettes, dude, but I don't know, man. Like,
I like my brunettes.
This one I'm gonna go with the petite brunette.
Well, wait a minute. As we learned from our group chat the other day, redheads, blondes, brunettes, black-haired. I don't really give a fuck.
Bald, whatever. I like to take my bald head and rub it in oil.
Chad called me over. I was
your
just
body.
laughing to myself.
Fucking A. Score.
Forgettable.
This ain't no Goblin soundtrack, baby.
Nothing stood out. So not
forgettable.
Definitely forgettable.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna skip the next one and go right to favorite character.
Babyface.
Crazy director, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say crazy director.
That's what I'm going with.
The editing room.
What's his name? Concannon.
Yeah.
Concannon.
Yeah, just when he's going over the whole spiel and like showing him all the reels and shit like that, like,
yeah, it's good shit.
Love it.
Fucking Diet Coke, baby. Scary? Yeah. Why can I hear an echo? God damn it.
What?
I don't know. Why can you hear an echo?
I don't hear an echo.
I don't.
Yes, it was scary.
Suspenseful for me.
I'd say at the time it was pretty scary.
I guess it kind of was.
Fast edits.
Yeah. I'll give it that.
I could have a jump factor. I could see that.
You know, I got to say, I'm really disappointed in myself because I said I picked the petite brunette for the hottest girl, but I didn't say she's no Bev D.
True that.
I mean,
how dare you forget?
Does it even have to be said, though?
Okay, I got to mention this. Some guy had the audacity.
It's good. This is good.
To say,
what do we got?
Vinegar Syndrome Trading Group that a pristine copy of Bloodhook would never sell, and then tried to back that up by alluding to the fact by saying that it's not a cinematic masterpiece. And I was just appalled. Like somebody allude to the notion that film is not the most perfect film ever made.
Were you dropping links? I hope you were dropping links, dude.
I don't like to be a shill. I saw somebody post something about Beetleborgs the other day, and I was like, no, I don't want to be that guy who's like, you know those people who like you post something up of your cosplay and they feel the need to post like 8 photos of their own. Yeah.
I do.
Yes.
I don't want to be that guy with my content because I feel like that's like, extremely like stupid and it's hijacking. Yeah.
No, that's fair. And honestly, that's respectable.
Yeah.
So.
Very much.
If you want to see Project Louder stuff, go to my own timeline, follow that shit, or go to the
any of our. I was gonna say, or any of ours.
Yeah, I try to post it as much.
Absolutely.
Or go to our discussion group.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Come to Gore N More.
I update that shit pretty regularly, and we now have like 3 or 4 people that have access to that thing now. So
ooh, nice. All right, so
does it hold up today? No, because of the amount of films that are similar to this that has come out since, and
that are better.
Budget affected this film because of the use of CGI, which makes it extremely dated to modern standards. If they would have done practical effects, the film would have aged better.
Yeah, the CGI was terrible in this movie.
Yep.
Literally fucking terrible.
That's why they showed it in that gray like filter, so covered up a little bit, but still. This is like a 50-50 for me because I feel like it kind of goes into our other question.
I would say the editing holds it back.
Yep.
Yeah.
It hinders it for sure.
Editing, CGI, the fact that literally every movie has had everything that this movie has. Because you could go watch 10 other movies that literally had everything here that's 10 times better.
Now, you are correct. If I had watched this when it came out in 2009, I probably would have been way more on the hype train about it.
Yes.
But seeing, riding this show for the last 3 years with you gentlemen and watching a new movie every fucking week and definitely going out of my comfort zone on a lot of them, you know what I mean, dude? It's got me to appreciate a lot of things, and just seeing something like this, unfortunately, like you said, seen it all before. So for us, probably no, I guess, group.
It does allow us to appreciate the films that are unique, though, in a different way.
True.
Yeah, you got to have the good and the bad to kind of.
Right, and
we scoff at those reused ideas. We tend to,
and that doesn't. Once again,
we are shared up. By the way,
still really enjoyed the movie.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's going to hold it back at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a top 10 by any fucking means.
I don't even think I would put it in a top 20.
It's one of those ones like when you're talking and you're just going deep and deep and deep, and you're like, "Oh yeah, did you ever see that one?" Like,
so of all of the movies that I put for the Bloodhook sequels, which one do we want made?
Number 4. Best tagline ever.
Oh, what was that? New cast, yeah.
New cast, dude. Great. I was fucking geeking out at work, dude.
That was a really good one.
New cast, that was
my favorite
ever.
I thought for Muskie Mania, we could have like a wrestling cameo.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then Luke, he takes Tromaville. You could literally just have every Troma villain ever or anti-hero. It'd be fucking awesome.
I think that's a little too over the top, though.
They put Jason in New York, so don't even.
What was the Troma film where they had radioactive weed that turned people into zombies?
What?
Dude, and it was great because the weed was just hay bales that were green spray painted.
Is it Redneck Zombies?
It might be.
Why do we know this?
Yeah,
because this is the movies we watched, dude. Like,
I was thinking it was Class of Nukem High, but no, that was the radioactive blood in the water.
I think it is Redneck Zombies. Because dude.
Waste is out, lost in the woods. The demented rednecks find it and use it as part of their still. Everybody drinks the liquor, and they become redneck zombies.
Yeah, dude. There's
no. You know what movie we have to review? The Night of Something Strange.
Can't say I've ever seen that one or even heard of it.
Look it up.
That's what Bobby did last night.
Ooh.
Well, if you look
before we do that,
you might be like, wait a minute.
All right. Before we do that, though, let's finish this guy off. We can go into that. So, acting, good, bad,
subpar.
Yeah, subpar because I believe that the delivery of baby faces, especially after the reveal that the guy it's an actor playing a character, I think that his portrayal could have been a lot better. I feel like he should have played more of like a curious type sympathetic child character, even though we see the ruthless killer at the end. I think that during the scenes, he should have been more mopey, similar to Madman Mars in the way he walks, rather than Jason Voorhees standing up straight and heavy breathing. That's
he
just
should have been more hunched.
I will say subpar, except for William Sadler.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Sadler.
Yeah,
gold.
Okay. Yeah, that's very agreeable.
By the way, thank you for mentioning Madman Mars because I can't wait for that Blu-ray to come in because I'm going to make my wife watch it. I think she's really going to like it.
I love that.
She's really enjoying our movies more and more.
If anybody sees a sweet slipcover for Chad for that, let him know.
Yo, that's one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite movies of last year.
Oh, I know there's a Batman
movie. That was great.
I know that one exists. I just know they're extremely rare.
Yeah, they are. I have seen them. They look awesome.
I saw somebody selling a Bloodhook slipcover only the other day, but it was like with a bundle of other ones that I didn't have, and I was like, oh.
So this is, I think, the question we've been tipping around this whole episode here and there. So should we just let Boston take the reins and then
the expert take it? Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, I know he's been holding back for a while and he's held the rest of us back on it too.
Okay, so the cinematography, it's a mixed bag, honestly. Just whenever this film at the beginning, it kind of sets you like, okay, we're dealing with somebody who knows what they're doing. This film shot well. And then it kind of shakes things up a bit. Kind of like our show, it becomes a shit show rather quickly. They started utilizing a multitude of cameras, and they switch back and forth. They're not sure what filter to put on it, what overlay to put on it. They get them mixed up at times, and that's extremely evident with dialogue scenes and close-ups.
Oh my God, dude.
I appreciate the attempt, but again, similar to Halloween Resurrection, that's what came out in 2008, which would be a year prior to this. It has that found footage aspiration, which then goes which fails. So you can take that as it is. But I think that it definitely affects the look of this film, because it's almost like watching one of those films that Chad and I talked about in previous episodes where the cuts cut into a VHS quality randomly. You almost get the same feel here, but with overlays, drops in quality, and even coloring at times.
Mm-hmm. Oh, insane. So one scene in particular, and I'm sure it was the same one that you and I were kind of like tiptoeing on earlier, is the scene in general where they're at the campfire and she takes the camera from him to say, let me interview you. And okay, so we're in normal movie, let's just say what, camera A?
Yep.
They were watching that all in. Okay. And then we go to handheld cam. So she flips around, and first of all, anybody that knows fucking anything, she's way too fucking close.
Oh yeah.
He's like fucking cut off like right fucking
and the
here.
quality is drastically different.
It's garbage. Garbage. So she starts interviewing him. Okay. Goes back to camera A, normal movie camera. Okay. Then we go back. But then he says his little like inspirational, like why he's really looking for the movie. And it's supposed to be her recording, but it goes to that whole new like
color.
Yeah. Whole new color with a filter over it that it looks like it's recording, but it's like way better frame and like different angle and like fucking like he's actually like center frame. And then it goes right back to like how it was. And you're just like, oh, dude, I was so pissed off at that. I was screaming, dude. I was like, what
and I
the
think
fuck
it wouldn't
was
be that big of a deal, but this film utilizes the plot element of so many cameras being utilized at once, as in like the cinematic camera that's being filmed.
Bro.
So it's like a camera is here. He has a camera. The killer has a camera. We're watching on a camera.
Right.
Camera playing. Like there is just so much going on.
And everybody's got different kind of footage.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned the killer had a camera, okay, the shots that they were using the camera to shoot at night, you wouldn't be able to see shit anyway.
I know.
Right? You're just using campfire light as your light source.
Problem that I brought up about the boom brings up about the lighting issues. Where's the lighting guys?
Now once again,
on the back of baby face.
He's got like a backpack, like a power pack from Ghostbusters.
I think it is, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has the boom pole attached to it at the top. He's walking with his machete.
Dude. Okay, wait. Okay, no, that's still kind of jump back into like two more questions, but I was gonna say, if he had a boom pole, and like, what if he had that and actually utilized that as a weapon at the same time?
That'd be rad as fuck.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Just throwing that out there, but we can continue that in a minute.
We had this discussion the other day with Brody about Tom Savini's movie Effects. It's they're making a horror movie, but somebody's killing everybody while they're making the movie, and like they can't determine like is this foot like a real dead person's foot, or is this like a prop? And like that's the whole thing, like the whole point of the movie. And I was like explaining that to Brody the other day. I was like, that's like the plot of like so many films now.
Yeah, it is.
But like, this is a 1980s film. This is 1980. This is Tom Savini somewhere around here making a movie called Effects about him doing his day job and somebody killing him. Like,
that just sounds like a fun movie,
right?
Like,
you keep saying Savini, so now I want to see Savini in the director role of this movie.
Actually, that would have probably been way better, obviously.
Because
I'm still going with Goldblum.
I'm not saying Goldblum would be an amazing pick, but I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking Savini in the acting scene where he actually kills that first dude.
Like, even though we don't like the way this film looks at times, we don't like the way the film is shot, we don't like the way the film flows. What about the premise?
I really love the premise, dude.
I think that's
like great idea, especially for us. I mean, we like finding the weird films that we haven't seen, or hopefully other people haven't seen. And like, dude, one that always stands with me that I'm glad that we watched, dude, was Tourist Trap.
Still one of my
that was
favorites
interesting.
as well.
That was interesting.
One of my favorites, and just a random one I pulled out of my ass.
and the only PG film we've ever done.
Correct.
And you know what the weird part is I don't remember. I think we talked about this in another episode, but ever since then, Tourist Trap has been popping up a lot more lately.
Right? I have been
Like,
seeing a
all
lot
of
of
a
people
sudden,
talking about
out of
Tourist Trap
nowhere,
since then.
It's been popping up.
TJ,
What does that tell you?
The Matrix.
Oh, yeah. But yes, premise is 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I give the premise.
Yeah.
I give it props.
Okay.
So,
Triple R Roadhouse, baby. Recycle, rewind, or remake?
Remake.
Remake.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say remake.
Clean it up. Get rid of the super weird cut fast edits of him killing people in the beginning. We don't need that.
Chad.
Yes.
Talk about how my joke from last week was addressed.
Ooh, what do we got?
The joke from last week.
The spaghetti western joke.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, when we were talking about the show last week, and we're talking about Hills Run Red, and TJ says, "You know what? I found the Hills Run Red on IMDb, and it is a spaghetti western. So I'm just going to watch that movie." And they fucking referenced that spaghetti movie in the beginning of this one.
They did.
When we're in the movie theater.
They're like, anytime I look up, I can only find the 1968 version of this movie. It's like,
I didn't realize it was a remake already.
At that point, I paused the movie, turned to my wife, and told her the whole story of that.
When you posted that, was literally like 10 minutes after that scene. And I was just like, dude, that was great. Like,
that was fucking awesome.
Like, so kudos to the movie for that too. You know what I mean? Like,
at least they get it.
Yes.
Oh.
Definitely remake. So let's rate this motherfucker. Let's start off, since it was Johnny's pick. Let's start off with Fluff Master Supreme.
So I'm gonna have to agree with Brody. I don't
give us a rating of how much you enjoyed it.
Dude, I'm gonna enjoy it a solid 3-3, I think.
Okay, I like that. Bobby?
3.1.
Chad?
You know, I came into this thinking I was going to give it a 3, but I'm going to go 3.25 because of William Sadler.
And I'm going to give it a 2.5.
All right.
And we're going to divide that by 4. That is a Gore N More score of 3 out of 5.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's actually way more fair.
Because I was going to come in with under a 3. I was going to go with like 2.8, but after talking about it and stuff like that, I don't know. Like, there is a lot more stuff I enjoy out of it. And like I said, there was a couple moments that I really did like. So,
yeah. But we're not going to throw this film on just for like, I guess, shits and gigs.
No, like I got $1 million to choose from.
It's not even a film to have a big conversation about either.
Yeah.
Like with someone, like, oh yeah, that's a great movie.
Well, you know what? I think the only thing that I could say is, especially you and I could be like, I think that would be a sweet cosplay to pull off. You would never really see that. I still think it would be. Obviously, the outfit in itself is easy enough to pull off. The mask would be a little bit.
Yeah, if you
bad.
have remake Jason with a red coat, you're halfway there.
Right, pretty much. You get the muscle pads.
Yeah, you got to have the muscle suit, you know.
Right.
Oh, you mean these?
Exactly.
There you go.
Look at
There's
that.
an Italian stallion.
I think I've seen this cosplay once. I've seen it once at shows. It was actually done very well, but it's not done very often.
So, and I will say the glory of this one is you could go with whatever weapon you want. They give them every fucking scene of any other weapon, dude. Yeah.
You could walk around with an axe, pickaxe, machete, a boom
chainsaw, cleaver.
Dude, I'm walking around with the radio.
Oh, so yeah, we should go back to remake a little bit. So if we did remake this, like I said, take out the cut stuff and everything, but let's add the boom mic, like we said earlier, like, so that way it'll cover our sound issue. And What if we fix the light issues? What if like that's how Babyface like freaks out his victims? Like he has lights set up in the woods, so all of a sudden it's just like poof, in like instant spotlight.
Oh, so
then
like
they're just
Jason Goes to Hell when Jason's lights all of a sudden.
pretty much, and then they're all of a sudden blinded. They don't know what's the fuck's going on, and then he can come in and fucking just onslaught them like shit out of them. Like,
so they just like happen to wander onto his set.
well, no, like it's all she's been leading them the whole time, obviously. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you already have that. Like, how would that work out? Well, she's been leading them this whole time. So
yeah, but then we could just go watch Behind the Mask,
which I felt like this movie was kind of leaning towards that, but just that did it better.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
I was thinking that too.
I don't know why I was getting the vibes, but I just was.
We never did Chad Facts.
What was? So Chad Facts was not behind the curtain.
Okay,
Go ahead and read it, DJ.
As part of the comedy segment here, we got Chad Fact number 762. In 1995, our beloved Chad was standing in line at a convenience store in Ontario, Canada. While waiting to purchase his favorite drink, which is a Yoo-Hoo, a small child asked if he had an extra 15 cents to spare so he could buy a Milky Way candy bar. Chad at the time was working part-time as a bouncer at the local gay bar named the Bouncy Hog, so extra cash wasn't an issue. He asked the kid what his name was, and he said it was Abel, and that if he would help him under one condition, if he promised to never live his life only for the weekend like all the other people in this world. The kid agreed, bought his Milky Way, and moved on. But this kid would live his life by what Chad said to him that day. That kid would grow up to become the very thing that he would never work towards, the weekend.
I can neither confirm nor deny this story.
So it's in the middle there, Chad?
It's in the middle.
It's like half true, half not. I think the Milky Way part is true.
I think if you made that a meme and like shared that around about anybody, and it didn't have to be Chad, you could put anybody's name, somebody would believe it.
Then I'll guarantee somebody will believe it.
Yep.
Well, even if you just put this up as your status, change it a little bit, they believe that
it's funny because if you look it up, The Weeknd was born in 1989. So about 1995, he'd be about 6 years old. And he was born in Ontario, Canada.
Nice.
So again, it might have happened, it might have not. You don't know. You tell us.
Right.
Anyway, what's next episode, Chad?
Next episode is the fantastic and locally filmed remake of My Bloody Valentine. Starring the drop-dead gorgeous Jensen Ackles.
Mm-hmm.
And our mustache man himself, Tom Atkins.
Love Tom Atkins.
The only mustache ride all of us here at Gore N More want.
Is this our first 3D film?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember there being another one.
Was Slumber Party Massacre 2 supposed to be 3D at all? No. I feel like those movies would be perfect for 3D with the Driller Killer and shit, but no, this might be it though.
I think so.
Dude, I would love to actually try to. I know Bobby said he has the 3D glasses and shit.
Yes, I do. Come over.
Yeah, let me just hop down to Jersey. I should actually hop on Amazon. Let's see what we can find after this.
I'm sure it's there. I don't see why it wouldn't be either.
Dude, I do remember when that came out though, and that was like when they were really on the 3D TV push.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this in theaters. So much fun.
Yeah,
I saw it in theaters too, but I did not see it in 3D in theaters.
I saw
it. It was interesting to watch in 3D, like even in the living room. Like it was just because obviously it was the new style 3D. It's not like jump out of the screen. It's just all like depth and yeah, beautiful movie though. So I'm excited.
I think that's it for this episode of the Gore and More podcast. For more content like this, head on over to projectlouder.net, your source for pop culture and so much more. I'll see you guys next week. I'm TJ Bowser. Bye-bye. Chad?
Your Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Chrisman saying, see you next week, bitches.
Your Fluff Master Supreme saying, see you later, Gorehounds.
Your Killing Machine, Bobby Amon saying, I'll see you next week.